And I did actually give the WNBA credit for this. At least they had the wherewithal to put that game right up in the season openers. And yeah, I would have put it there too because the ratings for those games were. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. We got a couple of different things here. Number one, of course, I did a video on this. The season opener for the Fever is going to be a rematch with the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. And we've also got a story that has come out on the economic impact of Caitlin Clark. And it's pretty jaw-dropping. I mean, especially to the city of Indianapolis.
36 minutes. That's all it took for Caitlin Clark to completely sell out an arena with 14,000 seats. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's tickets are sitting in the bargain bin for just $29, and she's absolutely furious about it. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about who really moves the needle in the WNBA.
A significant number of those tickets are sold because of the interest Caitlin Clark has created. Seriously. So let's check this out. This was from the Indy Star, and exactly how responsible she is for the amount of tickets sold, even to games that she's not even involved with. Okay, so in other words, if somebody is going to a Seattle Storm and, quote, these numbers are so staggering they don't even seem real, noted Dr. Ryan Brewer, an associate professor of finance at Indiana University Columbus, as quoted by the report.
The numbers are shocking. Clark's cheapest seat started at $59, with courtside tickets reaching $6,000, while Reese can't even fill seats at discount prices. The market has spoken, and it's choosing sides in this rivalry. Can you believe what just happened in Iowa? Caitlin Clark's homecoming game broke the internet, literally, when the Indiana Fever announced their preseason exhibition game against Brazil at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Nobody saw this tidal wave coming. This wasn't just any ticket sale. This was straight up history in the making.
So I guess that's television viewership of even games she's not on. He added, and this was jaw-dropping to me, he added that 1 out of every 6 tickets sold at any arena. Brewer said that the 22-year-old Clark was responsible for 26.5% of the league's activity this season, including gate attendance, television viewership, and merchandise sales, could be contributed to Caitlin Clark. Bimbo, however, pointed out that Clark's most astonishing economic impact is on the city of Indianapolis. The Rookie of the Year contributed around $36 million.
Here's what went down. Season ticket holders and donors flooded the websites the minute the pre-sale opened at 9 a.m. The servers couldn't handle it. People were getting error messages left and right. Payment systems crashed. It was digital chaos. And before most regular fans even had a chance to try buying tickets, something absolutely wild happened. The entire 15,000-seat arena sold completely out by 9:36 a.m. You read that right. Just 36 minutes. And that was before tickets even went on sale to the general public. Think about that for a second. Most people were still sipping their morning coffee while one of the fastest sellouts in sports history was happening. The secondary market went absolutely berserk immediately after. The cheapest nosebleed seats started popping up at $59. And in this market, that was considered a total steal. People were scrambling to grab anything they could find. If you wanted a decent seat, hope you had a few $100 ready. But the real shocker? Courtside seats skyrocketed to nearly $6,000, with some listings reaching an astronomical $45,000. Those aren't just women's basketball prices.
Of any sport. Let's say the Indianapolis Colts actually took somebody besides Anthony Richardson based on Brewer's calculation. Wow, that's pretty jaw-dropping. This first-year rookie player that could play, say they got a Jaden Daniels or somebody like that. He wouldn't generate that kind of interest and wouldn't bring that kind of money in his rookie season.
I'm trying to see Game 7 of the NBA Finals, or front row at a Taylor Swift concert prices. We're talking about ticket costs that would make even the most seasoned sports fans do a double take. And you know what makes this even crazier? This isn't even a regular season game. It's a preseason exhibition against Brazil's national team that created this frenzy. A preseason game. When was the last time you heard about people fighting over tickets to see a team practice? That's basically what this is. The Fever's decision to bring Clark back to Iowa might be the marketing move of the century. It's genius on every level. They took a rookie phenom and created a homecoming event that has generated ticket demand the WNBA has literally never seen before. Not even close. This isn't just breaking records, it's shattering them into a million pieces. The demand has become so overwhelming that the University of Iowa is now facing serious pressure to move the game to a larger stadium. Think about that. A women's basketball exhibition game might need a football stadium because too many people want to see it. When has that ever happened before? This isn't just impressive for women's basketball. These are numbers that would impress any professional sports league in America. The NFL, NBA, MLB, all of them would be thrilled with this kind of instant sellout and secondary market explosion. We're watching something completely unprecedented unfold in real time. What's happening with Clark isn't just a blip on the radar. It's a seismic shift in how women's sports are being consumed. When websites crash because too many people are trying to buy tickets simultaneously, that's not normal fan behavior. That's the kind of frenzy usually reserved for playoff games or championship events. The 36-minute sellout is more than just an impressive statistic. It's a statement. It tells every sports executive in America that the market for women's basketball isn't just growing. It's already exploded, and Clark is at the center of it all, creating the kind of demand that marketing teams dream about but rarely ever see. The market's verdict has arrived, and it's telling a brutal story of two rookies experiencing wildly different realities. While Caitlin Clark's Iowa homecoming tickets disappeared in a flash, Angel Reese's return to LSU is painting a completely different picture, one that's getting harder to ignore with each passing day. The Chicago Sky made what seemed like a savvy marketing move, scheduling the exact same opponent, Brazil's national team, for Angel Reese's homecoming game at LSU. It was the perfect setup for a side-by-side comparison between the two most talked about rookies in the WNBA. But sometimes comparisons can be cruel, and this one is turning into a nightmare for Reese. Let's be real, the ticket situation for Reese's homecoming is rough. Days after going on sale, you can still grab seats for a measly $29. That's basically the cost of a pizza delivery these days. Meanwhile, fans were fighting over Clark's nosebleed seats at double that price within minutes of release. The contrast couldn't be more stark. The secondary market tells an even harsher story. Premium seats close to the court for Reese's homecoming are barely breaking $100, while similar positions for Clark's game shot into the thousands almost immediately. It's like watching two completely different sports markets operating in parallel universes. Social media has been absolutely merciless about this situation. Platforms are flooded with side-by-side comparisons showing nearly empty seat maps for LSU's arena next to Iowa's completely sold-out sections. These visual comparisons have gone viral, with fans and critics alike pointing out the glaring disparity between the two rookies' drawing power. What makes this particularly uncomfortable for Reese is how it contradicts her own previous statements about her impact on the sport. Remember when she boldly claimed, "The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too." Those words are coming back to haunt her as unsold tickets pile up for her homecoming game. There's even some weird stuff happening with ticket listings that raises eyebrows. Some suspicious high-priced listings have appeared on resale sites, showing tickets at an absolutely absurd $88,000, sticking out like a sore thumb among all the affordable options still readily available. It almost feels like someone's desperately trying to create the illusion of demand where there simply isn't any. You know what's really telling? The ticket sales disaster isn't happening in a vacuum. It's actually consistent with what we've seen throughout both players' rookie seasons. Attendance figures reveal that Clark has driven unprecedented attendance increases across the league, creating genuine excitement and bringing in new fans wherever she plays. Meanwhile, Reese has struggled to generate similar metrics despite her massive social media following. The market has delivered its unfiltered verdict, and it's showing that no amount of Instagram followers can compensate for actual ticket demand. This is the cold, hard reality of professional sports. You can claim your impact all day long, but at some point the numbers have to back it up. What we're witnessing is a fundamental lesson in sports economics. Having millions of followers on social platforms might get you endorsement deals, but it doesn't automatically translate to fans willing to open their wallets to see you play in person. The attendance gap gap between Clark and Reese is becoming impossible to ignore, and it's creating uncomfortable conversations throughout the women's basketball world. Let's be honest, what we're seeing is the Clark effect in real time. The WNBA execs are putting on a good face publicly, talking about growth across the entire league, but behind closed doors, they know exactly who's powering this rocket ship. It's all about Caitlyn. This isn't just about Instagram numbers or Twitter followers anymore. The harsh reality is staring us in the face. Actual fans are opening their actual wallets and spending serious money to see one player. One player. The market has spoken, and it's not even close. Other WNBA teams are scrambling now, realizing that just drafting any star player won't automatically pack their arenas. You need that special something that connects with fans on a completely different level, the kind of connection that makes people crash websites and spend thousands on tickets. This is the new WNBA economy, and Clark is basically printing money for the entire league. No PR spin can hide what we're all seeing with our own eyes. The Clark effect is real, and it's spectacular.